So if you look at the red line, that's stage 1 colorectal cancer, solid insurance. Dotted line, no insurance. The blue line is stage 2. The green line, stage 3, and the yellow line is stage 4, and this is survival. So the take-home message here is that if you have stage 1 colorectal cancer and no insurance, you have a poorer outcome than somebody with stage 2 colorectal cancer and insurance. So even though you have a lower stage, you have a worse outcome. So there's no question that insurance status or lack of insurance leads to substantially worse mortality. And this is the last slide. That's per capita spending for health in the United States, the blue line. We spend about $4,600 per person in the United States, which is substantially higher than any other country in the world. And then the pink bars are average life expectancy. So the reason this occurs is because we don't put enough effort into prevention, early detection, and access to high-quality care as a nation, and that's what has to change. And actually, that has all to do with policy, and that's why you sitting out here in the audience can ultimately have a greater impact on cancer mortality in the United States than I can as a cancer center director and scientist. So think about that over the next couple of decades. And what do you need to do? We need to get tobacco out of common use. We need to get healthy with healthy eating and physical activity, and we need to do age-appropriate screening. And we need to get those rates up to 90, 95%, not 40 to 60%. So thank you very much for letting me talk with you today.
We'll take 1 or 2 questions. I know we're running tight on time today, so if you need to leave, please feel free. But for those that would like to stay around, Dr. Partridge, we've got time for 1 or 2 questions. Cooper?
Hey, Dr. Partridge.
Yes.
I heard you mention, I think, a few things about the health care law. I wanted to see if you might make a couple comments on pros and cons, and then also maybe some of the legislation they were talking about, Michelle Obama, and related to obesity.
There are a number of things that, as the president of the American Cancer Society, that I am excited about in the health care reform bill. One is its emphasis on prevention. So it has parts of it, for instance, that eliminate co-pays for preventive health services. So you don't have to have a co-pay when you go in to have a mammogram or a colonoscopy or a diabetes check. Obviously, by 2014 or 2015, everybody has some coverage, or most everybody, 95% of the United States should have coverage. So that means that access will be more readily available for patients who actually either have cancer or want to avail themselves of preventive services. So from the standpoint of reaching our goals as the American Cancer Society, which is a 50% reduction in mortality, we felt like this equal access for all Americans, or access for all Americans, was essential. As far as the obesity epidemic goes, it's a significant problem, and we're not quite sure what we're going to do to stabilize and reverse it. It'll probably require much of the same approach that we took with tobacco control, which is individual behavior change, but also policy. So policy was very effective with tobacco, like increased taxes, clean indoor air. So one could conceive of, we're already seeing some policy like removing sugar drinks out of high schools, out of schools, or the fat fryers are being removed from the cafeterias. Physical education is coming back into the curriculum. We might see the day where you can't serve a triple-decker hamburger with 95 pieces of bacon on it, and that if you want 3 hamburgers, you buy 3 damn hamburgers. You don't get them, you don't get them all at once. So it's going to be interesting, and it's going to be a real challenge in terms of how we approach this.
Thank you so much, Dr. Partridge. We appreciate all that you're doing in our community, and congratulations, and it's such an honor for you to be awarded the high honor of leading the American Cancer Society nationwide, and to have that right here in Birmingham, continuing to gain recognition as a leader in the healthcare industry. We are extremely proud to say we're from Birmingham and appreciate all you do. For you speaking today, we have made a donation in your honor to our signature service project, Ready to Read, which places a full library in every second grade classroom in the Birmingham City School System. And I've also given you a copy of our last year's annual report, which tells a little bit more about our organization. So thank you again for joining us. And if you would, thanks to Bo for coming today. We'll do the drawing for the tickets, and then we'll adjourn the meeting. Lindsay Seaborn is the winner of the BBVA Compass Bowl ticket. So, Lindsay, we have these. If you'll come up after the meeting, Lindsay, we have these for you. So, thank you all, everyone. I hope everybody, this is the last meeting of the year. I hope everyone has a safe and happy holiday season, a happy new year. And I will hope to see everyone Saturday night at Bourbon Street. Members, guests, friends, everyone come. So, have a great day. Justin.